everyone. Welcome to Good Luck With That, a weekly podcast all about women and gender-expansive skateboarding. We created this space because, honestly, we kind of needed our own space, a place to correct the record, predict the record, celebrate it. We're going to be talking to skaters, artists, musicians, surfers, snowboarders, anyone that kind of makes skateboarding that much cooler. And the name says it all. Good luck with that. Because, yeah, when you tell people you're trying to change an industry that wasn't always built for you, or just being a pro skateboarder, or trying to start a podcast, they're probably going to say, good luck with that. And yet, we're here doing it. So welcome aboard. We'll be here weekly and wherever you get your podcasts. We're going to be talking, laughing, sharing stories, and shining light on skateboarding from our own perspective. So, all right, good luck with that. I'm Ashley Rehfeld, a creative, a skateboarder, a bit of a meddler in the industry, just trying to push this whole thing forward. I'm not alone in doing this. Here are three legends you probably already know. Nora Vasconcellos, a pro skater, artist, surfer, style icon. In 2016, she became the first woman signed to Adidas Skateboarding, 2017 World Vans Park Series champ, and she's here to make you laugh, definitely at my expense. We also have Alex White, pro skater turned commentator, industry pioneer. If there's an unspoken rule in skateboarding, Alex is definitely going to break it and explain to all of us why it's so dumb in the first place. Also joining us is Mimi Knoop, 5-time X Games medalist, legend, and quite the architect behind women's skateboarding as we know it. From equal pay to the Olympic stage, she's been leading the charge long before the spotlight even showed up. And together, this is Good Luck With That.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Happy to be here.
Ashley, you nailed that intro. This podcast is going to rip.
I'm so excited for us, guys. This is it. This is the end for us, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, the
look
beginning.
At us here.
It's the beginning of the end.
I want to know how everybody's doing. I mean, you know, little life updates. I love to hear how's it going. Mimi, you're a little hoarse, but I want to hear how's life with you, Mimi?
It's good. Lucky to have seen you guys this past weekend, just keeping things rolling. Bebopping around, just got to SoCal from Australia and about to go back next week. So yeah, jet setting around over here.
Yeah, for everyone that doesn't know, Mimi used to live less than 2 miles from me, and now she lives the farthest point away in Tasmania.
You bothered her that much that she had to move to Tasmania?
It makes sense. I have that effect on people. I think skateboarding right now, I think one of the main and exciting things, kind of whether or not you're like in skateboarding or just viewing it as an outsider or like experiencing it for the first time, I think one of the most exciting things is the women's and gender expansive space. And I think in the last 5 years, we've seen crazy strides happen in all different ways, whether it's creatively, progressive wise. You know, my career just continues to flourish and it is crazy. Sometimes I'm like, I forget there's a garden and it's just still popping off. So I'm excited to, get to share my experience and talk to a lot of people that maybe we've had conversations with intimately, but, you know, like there's so much and there's so many stories that haven't been shared from our perspective. So yeah, I think that's what I'm most looking forward to.
It's time to take the mic back. Alex, we were all at Exposure. It was insane. Can you just kind of explain why Exposure matters, but also what did you witness?
So Exposure is 14 years running. It's the longest running all women's skate contest in existence. And it had over 200 individual skaters from 21 countries come out. And it broke records. That's like more numbers than the men's parallel, which would be called like Tampa Am or Tampa Pro. That's as many or more contestants than the men's side. So you just see this enormous growth on the women's side, and everybody's like a tween. They're all under 15 years old, and they all are so good and so driven. And what I kind of hope in this podcast is to talk to a lot of those skaters too, because oftentimes we find ourselves in the parking lot after the comp and we're kind of chatting it up, and we have a lot of knowledge to share with them, but there's only so many spaces on the curb outside the parking lot to share that knowledge with. So like Nora, like sharing her experiences with sponsors and how to film and like how to get out there and get in the scene. And Mimi from her coaching background, competitive background, like fighting for equal pay. And Ashley too, from her industry insight and from getting people hooked up with sponsors and getting them in the right position. I think we all have so much important knowledge that we can share. And also, it's really entertaining too. And I think it transcends just skateboarding, because I think a lot of women are up against glass ceilings in their work environment, in their sports field, like whatever you're in. We have a lot of parallels that we are fighting for, and hopefully people can just get like good information and some laughs about
Also,
all the,
like, we're like kind of cool.
Kind of.
I've been looking up to Mimi since I was like 15, and Mimi started getting me like skateboards when I still lived on the East Coast. And that like completely changed even like how I viewed myself as a teenager. You know, I was like, wow, someone cares about what I'm doing, and it's somebody who I've, you know, seen footage of, who's an actual skater, who's created this space. And I think we forget how scarce that used to be. And I think now young people have so many opportunities to look up and identify, especially with people in the women's skate space. But that was so like rare at the time. So it's pretty insane that we're all still doing it at this capacity, you know?
We're going to be on the mic weekly with each other. We're going to be talking about what's happening from all the way back in the past, stories that were maybe told by other lenses, other people. And we really want to like tell the real story.
I was just going to add, it's amazing to have this platform to be able to share some of these stories that maybe only a few people know about, and to bring in the new generation and sort of welcome them in and make them one of our crew. I mean, it's about community and keeping it going, and it's not up to us, it's up to them, and we gotta set the stage for them. So this is an awesome platform for doing that.
And what are you doing right now in skateboarding? Get everyone up to speed with your current 2025, 26. What's going on?
Yes. So for the past couple of years, I've sort of been in like a consulting role, sort of doing my own thing. I've helped a couple athletes with contract renewals and footwear deals. But more recently, I've gotten back involved sort of in the sort of managing, you would say, of sport. So I'm part-time CEO of Surfing Tasmania right now, which is the state organization that is responsible for surfing in Tasmania for Australia. So we work under Surfing Australia. And then with my other hours that I've left in the week, I'm also part-time helping lead the skateboard program for the U.S. remotely in terms of operations and support. So I've got my hands in all kinds of things. Probably, you know, be excited when it sort of levels out eventually. But yeah, heading to Japan in a couple weeks for that, for the next World Skate Tour stop there.
Yeah, and I'll be back there too. I'll see you in Japan because I'll be doing the broadcast on that too. Funny fact, they kicked me off the broadcast for about 4 years because I complained because I didn't want to go to Dubai.
Why didn't you want to?
Good to have values, Alex.
We weren't even in like, you know, Dubai proper. We were in Sharjah. Did you end up going to Sharjah, Mimi?
No, I've never been over there. I've been to Iraq
and I was
for demos, but I've never been to any of the.
You've been to Iraq and Kuwait for demos?
Yes. She flew in like one of those giant like military planes.
I flew in about 6 of them actually, but yeah, that's what we had to do back in the day to make some money. Now, my dad worked over there, as he ran a medical unit on the ground in Iraq, so it was sort of a nod to him. You know, he had a really high success rate of survival rate there, both of Iraqi people and U.S. soldiers. So I was like, all right, I want to go do something just to nod to my dad. But also, it was one of the only ways to make money that summer. And yeah, sort of
your summer job.
This is the Bush era of skateboarding.
Yeah, they sent us to Kuwait. They didn't tell us anything, so I just got on the plane, and then all of a sudden they were like, yeah, you're going to go between bases on C-130s. There's no windows. You have to wear body armor. We had to watch a tutorial about what to do if we got shot down, you know, things like that. So it helped cure my fear of flying. So when I got back, I was able to get on those commercial flights a lot easier. But no, I have not been to any of the competitions in the Middle East.
You've done your time. That's insane.
Nora, I think your experience being a pro skater has been so exciting to watch. It's been so fun. Like, you've made it fun. You've brought so many people into skateboarding that weren't historically invited to the party. So can you tell us a little bit about what's been going on in your world, and what are you excited about, and, you know, what's in the new year?
I'm excited to wrap this year up. I have a new video part coming out, which looks like it will be pushed to another year, which is fine. But yeah, I'm just sitting on like about 4 years of footage. So that'll be with Adidas and Thrasher. That's very exciting. And
Did you pick a song yet?
yeah, that's like what we're waiting on is music licensing. I have options, but
Do you want to tease some of them?
No,
Not at
I'm
all?
not going to tease anything. No, because I don't. It's like we're waiting on that. We're waiting to know what we're going to get. So doing that and just trying to enjoy. I feel like November for a lot of us as skaters, we're not traveling a ton. Like everyone's kind of starts being more local. I'm like an hour and a half, almost hour 45 from LA. So trying to get up there and skate a bit and do some work stuff before everybody really winds down for holiday season. And then just, enjoying being at home, surfing, keeping up with the cat's litter boxes, trying to paint. Everything's feeling great and good. I skated today in some Oakley Meta glasses. So
How was
first
that?
time for everything. Yeah.
Did you watch the footage?
Yeah, it's decent.
Here's my question. Does anybody want to watch that point of view?
You know what, Ashley? I don't know. No, I don't really, but I have a job to do and I'm going to do it. Okay?
That's right.
I just was testing it out and it was so easy to work with. And this is as somebody who does not film. I hate setting up selfie cam for myself. I hate setting anything up like that. Like I am pretty I just am not wired like that. And it was so easy to do. I'm more excited to use it in like the art capacity, like using it to paint and doing like start to finish paintings. Wearing them, I think is actually super sick, and like putting music and stuff to it. So that'll be probably what I end up using him for the most. But I had fun today.
If someone sent me Meta glasses, I would wear them all the time.
I would wear them to do other stuff too.
Yeah.
We could literally every episode talk about some bullshit we had to do, thinking it was going to be an opportunity for us skate-wise. Like the things that I have done that I thought were things like opportunities is actually insane.
Yeah, and the taking of the crumbs, just the be thankful that we called you.
It was like the craziest stuff. Like my mom's like,
Right.
I saw an ad for this thing and they need a skater girl. And then you're like, it's like 12 hours on like some crazy set and you get like food thrown at you. Like there are stories upon stories and we have all been there. Okay. We have all shown up expecting it to be our big break. And it was not our big break. It was a parking lot in downtown LA with 90 other people. I have been in music video. I have been coerced into music videos.
You had to air over Boy Genius.
That was a pleasure. That's of much that is the opposite side of the spectrum, okay? No. You don't get to that was after I made it. This is before.
Early days.
These are the early days. These are like working at PacSun in a mall days.
Alex, you've come from a few different eras of skateboarding and support for women's skateboarding. As a skateboarder,
That's a funny way of saying I'm old, Ashley. Good luck with that is a great name for a podcast because there was a lot of things I needed some luck with. In the early 2000s, I worked in reality television too around skateboarding after X Games. And it was funny because I was working for not Mike Burnett, but Mark Burnett, who used to do all those reality TV shows. I don't know if you remember, but he wanted to do one on girls skateboarding. So he had me follow like all the chaotic lesbians in Silver Lake around with a camera all the time.
Wait,
and
what?
Yeah, and try to get them to fight. It was like Vanessa and Sophie and like Nugget and everybody. And I made these like sizzle reels. Like they were gonna like make.
Dude, run it back right now. You just missed the best summer ever.
Now I think we could do it again. But
we know some people to call.
Those crumbs. I know. Can you guys fight?
I got to see on Survivor, like the mid 2000s. I must have been on some like clickbait thing and got seen somewhere at the time.
Is this when you were living in the Bahamas?
No. This is when I lived in Oceanside. And I got on a call with like the producer, whoever, and I was like, can I just ask a couple questions? Like what exactly, like I don't really like cameras, like kind of freak me out. I was like, well, what can I bring, like what are we allowed to have? And they were like, you're allowed to have two things, unlimited, tampons and condoms. That's it. And I was like, I don't
All
think
right.
this is a show for me. It's like, no, thank you.
So the opportunities were abundant.
I remember, the era of trying to find other girl skaters, one like through Lisa Whitaker's entire empire, but through zines, you would somehow know where every girl was located. And like if there was 2 in the state of Washington, 1 in here, and you knew who they were somehow pre-internet. But then when the internet came on, if you were to type in like, top 10 girl skaters, it would just be the hot girl skaters and not really a reflection of what was going on. So what is so exciting now is like we have such a bigger, more bountiful access. The things you would have to do to try to make it work, and there weren't many opportunities. You guys are talking about reality TV and showing up to a casting call, and typically you'd just show up and skate and allow that to speak for itself. Alex, like you had some sponsors, but then it would dip off. Like Mimi, you've been in the industry for so long as a pro skateboarder.
I was working temp jobs and waiting tables at the same time and skipping lunch so I could get 30 minutes to skate before it got dark every day. And it's just like until the contest started paying more, that's how it was from my memory. But
Yeah. And then I feel like I was able to do the contest stuff, get paid, use the contest, use the occasional good result in a contest, which I was not my contest skating was hit or miss. I was either going to get like 6th or last or whatever, or I was going to win, which happened very infrequently, but so be it. I feel like I used that to leverage when I started getting contracts. It was, leveraging that with Adidas, leveraging that with whomever, because that's the only thing that these guys saw for a little bit. And then they're like, oh, you actually can film and put together a video part and go to demos and interact like a normal person. And be
You
part
tricked
of,
him. You tricked him
I
well
tricked
about that
him
normal
well.
person thing.
I tricked him good. They're like, you think you're going to do the Olympics? I was like, yeah, I'm going to be there. And it's just like, catfished.
I mean,
Catfished you.
the Olympics itself is a big deal because I think that when skateboarding got announced as an Olympic event back in 2016, there was a mad scramble from all the men to find, oh my gosh, we have to have gender equality and all these, we have to have women coaches, women judges, women broadcasters, everything. So they scrambled and they pulled us together and offered us jobs for those of us that were, out of the pro skating part. And then, Nora, you did skate an Olympic qualifier. I think you were over it after the first run.
I tried. I put as little of an effort as I could. And then I was like, oh, you know what I'm going to do? Not this. And it just worked out really well. But I also had aligned myself with the right sponsors. And
you worked your ass off too. Like you worked.
Thank you. Yeah.
Very, very hard.
I feel like my thing with skating and what I'm doing is trying to obviously being authentic to myself and creative and true to myself, but also being as a skater, you kind of have to think about how good everyone is and what they have to offer and if they're marketable, but make yourself irreplaceable, right? Because that's essentially what's going to be the issue is sponsors will replace you with someone else one day. But I don't know. I think it's so much about timing and the things you choose to do, the things you choose not to do. All my embarrassing stuff happened before, I could have had such a worse online footprint, but Instagram came around in 2011. You know what I'm saying? I just missed the cut. And now I'm purposely pulling that stuff out because I'm see, I was a dork too. And people are I don't want to see this.
I do.
And we actually all want to. So also, if you're staying tuned, follow us at Good Luck Pod. We'll be putting lots of highlights of Nora's earliest, most embarrassing moments as a skateboarder. Alex and Mimi and myself, we've all been skating since we were a kid. And I kind of want to hear what made it stick? Why skateboarding? You could pick anything. Our whole entire lives have been dictated around skateboarding, for better or worse, oftentimes worse. Alex, I met you at an era where you had I knew who you were as a skateboarder, but again, working in the industry was absolutely not even a dream that you could have, because those jobs were so sparse, and let alone the idea of being a woman working in that. You were a realtor, you were slinging houses.
I have
That's
your
right.
card. I have your
I know.
realtor. It might be on. I have a pin board behind my desktop, and it might be there. But trust me, Realtor Alex was elite.
Skate until you can't, and then you are given probably the baton for an incredible job as a brand manager or a team manager. The industry has been built full of these legendary skateboarders who helped pave the way and make it an incredible place. But that really hasn't been historically the case for women in the industry. Alex, you've been around. Why skateboarding?
I mean, it's for the lore. I just love this. I love the people. I think that it's just the best group of misfits and weirdos and obsessive, just interesting folks from all over the world with weird nicknames and quirks. And I've collected, for what I don't have in money, I've collected a lot of stories, and I'm looking forward to sharing those here because there's a lot of interesting folks out there. I guess that's just, I was the kid that would read Thrasher, Slap, Slam, Transworld cover to cover. I just love to know what these people are so strange, and that's it. It's the lore. Doing it for the plot.
Straight up.
And Mimi, you've been doing it forever. We're going to post some of those early photos so you can see the proof. Mimi was cooler than all of us before cool was cool. So how did this become the through line all the way to now?
I just love the feeling that I had skateboarding as a real tiny little kid, 6, 7 years old. I remember just the feeling, there's nothing else like it. And it was just something that followed me throughout my childhood. Sometimes I'd skate a lot. I'd go for months at a time not skating, but it was just kind of something I always came back to. And then I just happened to end up in Southern California after college and landed in the Mecca for where transition skaters live, and the best in the world. Started skating with them and learned how things worked. And I honestly just got lucky that I ended up out here on the West Coast at the right time and had no idea this existed out here prior to arriving. So, and then it became about, wait a second, this isn't right. Let's change some of this. And then that started motivating me. It was just to create systematic change and getting some wins that, kept that momentum going. And that all led one thing to another, and it's just been a domino effect.
Nora, you do it all, and you've played sports, traditional sports in your life, but why was skateboarding the thing that led you to having your own signature shoe and helping open doors for so many women and gender expansive people in skateboarding?
I really wish I knew why skating clicked. I think it just is this obsessive thing, It's I'm not going to try anything as hard as I try on my skateboard. And that was my whole thing, even with not going to college and moving to California and trying to work in the industry. It was, well, I know I'm going to try, and I'm going to put my best foot forward and my best effort forward in this space. So that's all I can do. I was really just I don't like anything as much as this.
I'm with Nora. I don't know why. I was 12, 13. So it's kind of hard to remember what in my brain was this is it. But it has all the things to do with not being told what to do. I love that skateboarding is just this whole entire universe that you completely create and make. So many sports, you leave it on the field, you leave it at the court. They have these rule books and there's strategy, and this a beautiful, cool, competitive thing. And sometimes I'm I wish skateboarding was a team sport, because I do love aspects of the team part, but we make up for that in skateboarding through community and friends and just sitting at the spot. And skateboarding is just this amazing world that intersects art, it intersects music. It pushes you to an unhealthy extreme and the most putting so much risk on your body, and that is just the most thrilling experience. And you get to do it in your own way, in your own creative space. And somehow it just kept revolving as this thing that I was I choose this. I choose this. Every injury, every dead end, I've chose it again and again. And at this point, once I started figuring out I could work within the industry, it was all about, how can I make this better for others? How can I make it easier and make it more accessible and just make it what it has always been about, the ethos that it's completely DIY. It is completely for the counterculture. I'm really excited to be here with you all and kind of rally support around voices that haven't had the mic before, I'm excited to learn from a lot of the stories that, like, again, wrong era not wrong era, just the era that didn't have the type of media outlets that you could talk about things. I'm excited to, just see what happens with this all. I think we've all had a really cool journey to get here.
Skateboarding definitely pushed me way outside my comfort zone. Like, I think I would be like an agoraphobic homebody with problems if I didn't skate. And this is as someone who like literally like used to not be able to fly in airplanes, used to have anxiety about driving in cars with people. Like, I was pretty like not okay. And then I think when you like love something and you have community, you can heal a lot of parts of yourself.
Mimi, why did you create Hoopla? Like, why was that? What was going on in that era of skateboarding for you and the need to create Hoopla?
Yeah, I mean, we created Hoopla because we wanted to be able to get in the van and go on trips, and no one was sort of doing that for girls and women at the time. Like, it's all we wanted to do. And so we're like, all right, if we create this board company and create a marketing budget, then we can have our own trips and get in the van and go shoot content, make video parts, whatever. So that was sort of why we created the company. And yeah, I think it filled a void for a long time. And we had a lot of fun. Nora was there for the early part of it, and
I was.
Samaria and Fabi. And
I feel like, I mean, yeah, the roster was insane. Nicole, Fabi, Breezy, Samaria, Alicia.
The roster was insane because no one else was
crazy.
supporting them. So that's why we had this crazy roster, So it's almost like that's proof that we needed it. But then, we did that for about 10 years, and like towards the end of it, Nora was one of the first, but it's like the legacy board brands, all of a sudden we're like, wait a second, like we want to add some of these girls on our team. And so, yeah, one by one we get a call like, oh, so-and-so wants to sponsor me. I'd be like, go.
I mean, I feel like Welcome was the first one. Like I was like the first one to leave, and I had just moved here, and it was super hard.
Yeah.
And I had to take Mimi to dinner and basically be like, I'm sorry, but
it's like a breakup conversation.
it was like a breakup. I got really sick. It's like sick.
But I was also so excited for you. Like I was sad. Like I felt like I had a loss, right? But I was so excited for you because you were going to be able to do so much more through Welcome at the time than what we could do. Mm-hmm. And that was what I said to everyone that called me over the years, like Samaria and Enjoy. I remember being so excited, and she was like upset. Like she was like upset on the call. I was like, I'm like, you need to run towards this. This is amazing. Like, I'll never be able to do it for you. Like I want to, but we're just a small brand, and hats off to George Powell, actually. Like he facilitated that whole thing, and he said yes to any idea we brought to him, which no one else was doing at the time. So it was pretty amazing to have that support.
Yeah, there are those opportunities, and it's amazing, but they're limited. And that draft pick is like one person per brand, up to two, and the idea of three. And now not just flow, and that means, just getting sent boards and the hope to get into that paid position so you can have the lifestyle of making sure that you can skate every day and get paid to skate and make that your focus. It is so hard to break through. And right now those spots are few and far. And if you're lucky to secure one, you do everything in your willpower to keep it because everyone is just so starving for those opportunities. And it's wild to me that there's such a great business case for women and gender expansive skateboarding. It's actually one of the bigger growing markets in skateboarding right now. And it has
been for the last 5 years.
Yet you see that representation really missing the opportunity to just add more to the roster because it's only going to bring in more revenue for the company and be good for that distribution all in all. And Alex, you and I both worked at two of the larger distribution companies that really do like put some of the biggest brands in skateboarding out there.
The bigger brands have caught on enough to put the best women's talent onto their board brands and shoe brands, right? There's a whole level of them. So there's like an elite force of 15-year-old girls. There's like Haisa Liao, Momiji Nishia, Chloe Gavel, Arisa True. They're all up there, and they're all getting their shine now, the beginning of it. They're getting invested in. And then there's this whole level that we just saw last week when we were at Exposure of people coming up under that. And then there's our generation. There's like me and Mimi, who are been there, done that. And Ashley, a little younger than me though, too, coming up after us. That's like Kristen is also your contemporary too, started Skate Like a Girl. And then Nora below that too. Nora is of a generation where it's like Nora, Alexis Sablon, Samaria Brevard, like those skaters came up. There's a big gap right now in the talent pool because there's the late 20s, early 30s right now that came up in that wave about 5 and 6 years ago. And then there's the wave that's coming after them. And those are the Olympic skaters right now too. And what we're going to watch right now over the next couple of years is those Olympic talents that grew up with a lot of the infrastructure that we help make. Are they going to be able to take advantage of it? Are we going to be able to keep the door open for them? Are they going to succeed in these like very confusing landscape with a lot of, voices and guidance around them? And what I hope that we can kind of predict or accomplish with this show is we can help guide that next generation on a more mass level of being able to help them get to the point that Nora is with her career, with other skaters that are like Alexis as well, too, like Leo Baker as well. That gap, that next 10 years of their life, that's going to be honestly their biggest earning years as far as professional skateboarders too. And there's so much on the line and there's so much bad information out there and bad guidance and bad roads you can take, or like the wrong kind of turn. It'll be great for the plot, but we want to make sure that they're successful too.
And that you don't have to do it one way. Like, okay, It's okay to be a contest skater. It's okay to be only a street skater. You can be an artist kind of skater. Like, I'm excited to help show that this is just a very new era for skateboarding, and especially within our space. And I think it's going to look more creative than ever. And that's what's really exciting. So yeah, get on the ride now. Truth.
What do people have to look forward to on the show?
They have so much to look forward to because one, I'm declaring right now we are going to have our own awards. We are going to have an amazing good luck with that award ceremony and show that is going to be somewhere exciting that look forward to because we're going to be inventing it every week.
We're going to have a ball.
Yes.
We are going to have the first skateboarding, what are they called? What are the debutante?
Debutante ball.
We're going to have a debutante ball.
I don't want that.
And we're going to have a live red carpet. And people are going to show up and get judged harshly.
That already happens, Laura.
I'm joking, Mimi. God.
Yeah, we're going to have our own reception for Skater of the Year. We're going to
just have fun. We're going to just have fun.
We're going to go hang out with Jill on the slopes. We're going to get weird with some of the people that also influence the music, the skating. I think this is an exciting moment.
We're going to give out cars.
We are going to give out cars.
We're going to give out life insurance.
That too.
We're going to do Duolingo. We're going to learn. We're going to teach. We're going to talk about the gestation of a dolphin. We're going to talk about our menstrual cycles.
And how those two are interlinked.
And how those two are essentially the same thing.
Is there anything that you all want to make a declaration over for the audience to know?
I declare a thumb war. And I declare that.
Oh, actually, there will be a good luck with that arm wrestling contest. So
someone's
stay
arm
tuned
is going to get broken. It's going to be between. That. I'm going to make a huge. I'm going to make a prediction that the finale of said arm wrestling will be between Mimi and Alexis Sablon, and I'm going to
forgetting about Leticia right now.
No, I'm not. It's going to be Mimi and Alexis.
We encourage sports betting on this program.
Yeah.
So we will see.
But not money. But not money. You have to do it for treasured objects in your house.
Yeah, you have to do it for nostalgic things, specifically heirlooms from your grandmother. And your dad you don't talk to anymore. In his new family.
Oh, boy.
And if you're searching for a family member, we will help you find them.
Yeah. Are you trying to find your doppelganger?
MTV just got canceled. So what I'm trying to say is this is what we are now going after.
We're next.
We're next.
Are you trying to pull a prank on your ex-partner?
Call us.
Are you trying to find your doppelganger
DM
in Czechoslovakia? Do you want to know why your mom has been staying out late till all hours of the night? Are you looking for a cat sitter?
call us, DM us, write us. Let us know. It's going to be good. We're here every week, like it or not. And
Do you want a pen pal?
we could
I do.
possibly be it.
We could be your pen pal. For $19.99
We're
a
here
month,
for you.
a week, a letter, we could be your pen pal.
We will be having different guests on the show. We will have different co-hosts coming in. So every week will be different.
We will vote people off the island, okay? So just stay tuned, folks. Good Luck With That is an iHeart Women's sports production in partnership with Deep Blue Sports and Entertainment.
We are your hosts, Ashley Rehfeld, Nora Vasconcellos, Alex White, and Mimi Knoop. Our executive producer is Jesse Katz. Produced by Tari Harrison, Daniel Goodman, and Grace Fuse.
Listen to Good Luck With That, a skateboarding podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast.